All right. So, tonight we're going to do the Eigo Karab Eikaiwa, Unit 18, Section B. And we'll start with the listen and repeat. So I'll show you a question, read it, and I'll give you time to repeat it. And we'll do it twice. So let's begin. What were some of the highlights of your summer? What were some of the highlights of your summer? Okay, so now I want you to please write your answer in the chat. And I'm going to give you 4 minutes. Okay, and in this, for this question, some people have many highlights. So I always recommend people to use one highlight. Or one of the highlights. One of the highlights of my summer was taking a trip to Do-ai Station with my family and riding on the Tanigawa ropeway. How about you? And if you want to, you can always just say one highlight is okay too. So, one highlight of my summer was doing my first triathlon, the Haruna Mountain Triathlon. Another highlight of my summer was having a beer garden party with some students. All right, Charmin says the highlights of my summer was... Thank you for joining the show, Charmin. All right, Take Agner says my highlight was trip to Ikaho with my friend. Thank you for joining the show. If you say my highlight, it's kind of like I would add the word top. Like my top highlight was taking a trip to Ikaho with my friend, or it was my trip to Ikaho with my friend. Would be good. So, if you want to say like my top highlight. Okay, Charmin says spending with my family. Nice idea. I see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, spending some time with family is always wonderful, especially after the pandemic. Being able to spend time with family is great. So, yeah, I think okay, Kanmama says, one of the highlights of my summer was having my first granddaughter. Wonderful. Thank you for joining the show, Kanmama. Takanona says, my top highlight this summer was dancing at my first ballroom dancing demonstration. Wonderful. That's great. Great. Right. I don't know if I said it or not, but Takanona, thank you for joining the show. All right. And Kamama too. Thank you. So, yeah, I would say, as I've taught people before, you can say one of my highlights, and then another of my highlights. And then you could say one more, like one more of my highlights. So you're talking about the highlights of your summer. Oftentimes use that, like one, and another, and then one more. If you have like 3 highlights, you could do. Okay, well, let's move on to the next image. So this time, I want you to try to please write a new question in the chat by changing my question. And I'll start the timer. Okay, so this is a little bit difficult of a question to change, but as I would say, anything is possible. So, this question is like, what were some of the highlights of your summer? Yeah, maybe what were some of the highlights of this week? You could say, for example. Or, you could ask a question about summer too, like, what was the most fun thing you did this summer? It's possible. So, as I always say, you can change the question, any way you want. It's just, this is a good chance to be creative. And oftentimes, people use highlights for a trip. So you might say, like, what were some of the highlights of your last trip, for example? But yeah, whatever comes to your mind, please feel free to share in the chat. I often I don't often use highlights for like one day. Usually, I ask my son and my wife, did anything interesting happen today? Right, Takanona says, what was the highlight of your school days? Thank you for sharing. Great idea. Nice idea. That's a tough question because, school days are a pretty long time. But great question. Nice idea. And Takanona, if you have an idea, please tell me. What was the highlight of your school days? Charmin says, what is your morning routine of the day? All right, nice idea, Charmin. What is your morning routine? Good question. So that's easier for me to answer because, interesting. My morning routine is to practice English with my son after he eats breakfast every day. I think, every day. So he eats breakfast and then we practice English and then he can watch a video on YouTube. So it's a really good system because, he loves watching videos on YouTube. And so, he can, if he does his English study and then he can watch a video on YouTube. How about you, Charming? Yeah, the highlight of my school days. That's a tough question, Takanona. I need some more time to think about that one. But yeah, great question. Nice idea. Okay, well, we are going to do some more listen and repeat. So let's move on. Okay, so this next one. Please, I'll say the question and then I'll give you time to repeat. So, could you take good care of your health this summer? Could you take good care of your health this summer? Okay, so please write your answer in the chat. I'll give you 4 minutes. Could you take good care of your health this summer? I feel like for me, I feel like I took pretty good care of my health this summer. Oh, Mickey says yes. All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining the show. I'm very happy to hear that. Yes, that's great. Uh, yeah, for me, like, I feel every summer it's getting hotter, so it's more difficult to take care of my health. But this year, I think I think I did a good job to take care of my health. I didn't ride my bicycle much. I used trains a lot, and so yeah, that was good. How about you? Could you take good care of your health this summer? I hope so. It's challenging, very challenging. But for me, using a train instead of a bicycle to go to work, it's very nice. And even using a bus. Sometimes I use a bus instead of walking. Very nice. How about you? And drinking lots of Bacardi. I call it Bacardi Light because I don't use like 100% strength Bacardi Sweat, just like 25% strength Bacardi Sweat. Okay, Taka Agner says, I was careful not to get sunburned. Nice idea. And yeah, I'm happy to hear that. That's great. Yeah, me too, Me too. I was very careful. I was even careful from last summer. I bought a black kind of nylon tight shirt to protect my skin. It's very nice. Okay, YTH. Yes, I could take good care of my health. I didn't catch a cold. Wow, that's amazing. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining the show. Um, I didn't catch a cold too, but sometimes my throat was itchy. So I don't know. Maybe I did catch a cold. I don't know. Akanona says, I took care of my health this summer, but I caught a cold. I'm sorry to hear that, but nice idea. Nice. Thank you for sharing that. That's great. All right, Hiromi Okada. I took care of my health too much, so I stayed in my house for a long time with air conditioner. Hey, I think that's smart. That is smart. Charmin says, yes, of course. Drinking water, exercise, and eat good food for my health. Nice idea. And Mama says, no, it was so hot and very busy this summer. I'm tired these days. Oh, yeah, I think if, you're strong. You are very strong to do a lot. Like, it's not easy in this kind of weather, this kind of season. So that's amazing that you are still very busy. I'm kind of like Hiromi Okada. I stayed in my home a lot this summer. I think staying inside your home is the best way to protect your health. All right, great job, everyone. Let's move on. Now, please write a new question in the chat by changing my question. And I'll give you 4 minutes. Okay, so this question I think is easier. You could just use could you, could you something this summer. Sometimes I'm from the US, and so people may ask me, like, could you visit your family this summer? And I'll say, no, I couldn't. But my mom was going to visit me next month, which is exciting. So I think the easiest question would be like, she's using could you? Could you visit a mountain this summer? And I was like, yes. Yes, I visited Mount Haruna a few times and Mount Tanigawa. was nice. How about you? Please try to write a new question in the chat by changing my question. My question was, could you take good care of your health this summer? I think another good question would be like, how did you take good care of your health? So you could use how did you do something, or could you do something? Even did you do something is okay too. Could you go to the beer garden this summer? Would be a good question. Anything is okay. Could you eat kaki no tane? Charmaine says, could you please tell me your phone number? Wonderful idea. Nice job. Okada says, could you please tell me how to give your son the English lessons? Nice idea. Oh, someone says, I did deep sleep. Very nice. Nice work. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with that. One of them disappeared. But okay, I'll just start with Hiromi Okada's idea about the lessons. Okay, the Talking Agner says, could you read any books this summer? Nice idea. I have a book. It's called Shogun. I'm still reading it, and man, I'm not finished yet. Not finished yet. I'm like, it's a very, very long book. So yeah, okay. Some people watch the show who have kids, and so this is recently what I do with my son. It's called What's Your English Conversation Idea? And so every morning I have my son try to write like one idea in the book. So it's like, this one is like, how are you today? Or do you like this? Something like that. So every day we try to write one idea, one English conversation idea. And it's good. It's a useful, good way. And then we do some sentence making practice. Okay, YTH says, could you spend slowly summertime? Nice idea. Nice idea, YTH. Yes, I could. I could spend pretty slow summertime. Nice idea, everyone. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to do one more. Start with the listen and repeat. Well, let's move on. Okay, here we go. What do you want to do next summer? What do you want to do next summer? Okay, so now please write your answer in the chat. I will give you 4 minutes. Okay, so what do you want to do next summer? I know this is a tough question because next summer is a long time from now, but what do you want to do? I know one of my, in this case, I love to use the word dream. like one of my dreams is to move to a cooler place. Okay, it says I want to go to Tokyo. Nice idea. I want to go to Tokyo too. Me too. Very nice. Yes. But Tokyo is hot. Tokyo is very hot in the summer. So I don't know. Like, I think like I have no idea for sure. Okay, but okay. Hiromi Okada says I really want to go on a trip abroad. Nice idea. Me too. I wish I could move somewhere. Like I'm thinking maybe Mongolia. I've never been to Mongolia, but my image is Mongolia might be a nice place to live in the summer. So I think it's one of my dreams is to move to Mongolia just for summertime and then move back to Japan. Okay, Takanona says, I want to go to Hokkaido next summer and drink beer. Me too. Me too. Charmin says, I want to stay in a cool place. Nice idea. Nice idea. Yeah. I think, like for me, Hokkaido is Hokkaido is the best place in Japan, like the best place to go in summertime. And like Hokkaido people really enjoy summer. Like I've never seen people so happy in my life. Because I think, for them, summertime is so special and amazing. They really love it. But I feel like even, maybe for Guma people, like we are so happy when the fall comes. Because finally, like the temperature is cooler, drier. Kanmama says, I want to visit and stay in Karuizawa. Nice. Nice idea. Wonderful. Me too. Me too. YTH says, I want to go abroad, but I can't speak English. I want to speak English until next summer. Great idea. Nice idea. So, but YTH, I think you can speak English, and going abroad would be great. Good practice for you, and you could try to it's like every day you gotta try to speak a little bit more. And so just try to speak a little bit more, a little bit more. That's every language. Every language that you try to learn is the same, like that. Okay, so the last section for tonight is please write a new question in the chat by changing my question. So I'll give you 4 minutes. Okay, Take Owner says, I want to visit some beautiful buildings. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I want to visit some beautiful buildings. Nice idea, Take Owner. Okay, so we're on to the last part of tonight's show. Please in the chat by changing my question. So, this is what do you want to do next summer? It's easy, you could change it. You could, like, what do you want to do this fall? What do you want to do this fall? What do you want to do tonight? Anything is okay. Hmm. do you want to do next month? It's always a good question. All right, Charmin says, what do you want to spend this Christmas? Nice idea. Now, spend is a little bit, spend is tough because there's a lot of different styles of using spend. Like you could say, the basic one style is you could say, how do you want to spend this Christmas holiday? Like, do you want to go to the mountain and go skiing? You want to do something like that? Nice idea. Okay, YTH says, what do you want to eat tomorrow's dinner? Nice idea. That's a good idea. Nice idea. I don't know. How about you, YTH? And Taka Agner says, what do you want to start something new? Nice idea. That question, though, I would say I would make it into a yes/no question, and I would say, do you want to start something new? Do you want to start something new? Would be good. And Mama says, what do you want to try next year? Nice idea. Next year, that's a tough question. What do you want to try next year? Takanona says, what do you want to dress up as for Halloween? Nice. Great question. I don't know. I have to think about it. Good question. Mercado says, what do you want to achieve something you'll become 80 years old? Wow. That's a tough question. Very, very tough question. Great question. A lot of times, 80 years old, I would say one of the best things to achieve is the physical strength. So if you do exercise every day, you can keep a pretty strong physical strength even when you reach 80 years old. And so for me, I would love to keep my physical strength, not as like high as today, but yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great to have some physical strength when I'm 80 years old. So nice idea. All right. Well, great questions, everyone. Nice work. All right. Thank you so much for joining the show tonight. It worked much better than last show. So I'm so happy. Yes. When will you hold this next event? Thank you. Great question. Yes. So we hold this live show every Thursday, Sunday, and Tuesday. Almost every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. So please join us again. Thank you so much for joining the show tonight. And I look forward to studying with you all again in the near future. So have a great night. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. So good night. Bye.